What's up, everybody? Ghost Gamer here, hoping that all of you have enjoyed your Thanksgiving feast as of yesterday. It's the day after, it's Black Friday. Hey, fuck. Anyhow, today we are reviewing another alpha release by request. This is for The Long Dark. Now, if you haven't come across this on Steam or on the World Wide Web or in word of mouth or what have you, I have to say, this is kind of one of those games that is up my alley. I like it. Now, if you have watched my previous videos or my other videos, you will already acknowledge by now that I'm a pretty big survivalistic video game fan. I'm a fan of survival horror and just survival games and games that require you to go out and scavenge for materials and so on and so forth, and possibly modify or craft or repair the things that you find or already have. Basically, that's what this is. But at the same time, it's one of those things that somebody finally decided to get rid of the whole, infected or the zombies or the crazy people, and, you have enemies all over the place. This is literally, you need to survive against nature. And I will tell you that when I say nature, I mean nature. The enemies that you come across are like wolves and shit that will kick the crap out of your ass. But anyhow, basically this game is set up, after, in the aftermath of some geo disaster, if you will. I believe it's geomagnetic disaster, according to their website, something like that. But it is a first-person survival game where you can go out and explore. You can just loot the crap out of everything, which is absolutely awesome unless you're talking about real life, and
you could use this.
Well, then that's just not cool. But anyhow, I am going to sit here and review the alpha because that's all we have to play as of right now. And I will say, first and foremost, it looks like they've kind of taken they've shied away from trying to go after serious graphics, which is not really something that bothers me, because you don't really need serious graphics in order to enjoy a video game. If you're a fanboy, then that's a different story, but at the same time, I mean, we're talking about, like, these cartoony-like graphics, not too dissimilar from what they used in Telltale's Walking Dead. It is a little bit different, but not drastically. I'm okay with this. Now, aside from the graphics, I mean, there's a few things that I honestly hope that the creators and the developers listen or come across this video and actually listen to some of the things I have to say, along with everybody else that's on the nice wonderful web that have played the alpha, because there are a few things that need help. Automatically, I know there were some features that were not included in the alpha, like making a snow shelter and doing this and doing that. The map wasn't available at all, which was absolutely and utterly annoying. Granted, I understand that you could be thrown into a survival scenario without a map, but it just makes things so much suckier because you don't know where the fuck you're at and where you're going and how to get there and all that other good stuff. Yes, it makes it more realistic in a sense, but it kind of sucks. There are collision issues that I find kind of annoying. Getting hung up on pieces of wood or pieces of ice, in the actual environment itself, that's no bueno. I don't care for it. It kind of irritates me from time to time. The actual movement, as far as camera movement and everything goes, it's a little twitchy at times. I think they need to try and iron that out a little bit, kind of give it like an easy ease to it or something. That way it's not, absolutely like crazy snappy. But hey, I mean, it's their Kool-Aid, I'm just drinking the mix. Also, on top of this, there are some other issues that I don't like I do not have the ability to jump. That is one thing that I cannot do in this game, which is absolutely annoying. It's like, seriously, give me the ability to jump. It's something very small, but at the same time, it's something that, we've essentially become used to as far as first person games go. Give us the ability to jump over things or jump on things, climb on things, so on and so forth. I'd also like the sheer. I would like it, but this one kind of gets into that whole overuse of. Like Assassin's Creed and State of Decay and all this other stuff, where you essentially are able to climb something like a structure, or in this case, possibly a tree, and be able to look around and see what is around you. That would be kind of cool, but at the same time, it's absolutely, definitely not anything unique. It's been done quite a few times. I still think it would be exceptionally cool, especially considering how the alpha has no map. You can't really look around and know where the hell you're going, and it is what it is. So, now, from a standpoint of an alpha to a beta to a final release, somewhere in that, in that area, I could only hope that they go through and actually give you a little bit more ability to survive outside than relying on indoors. There are buildings that you are allowed to enter and scavenge and things of that nature, which is awesome, but there are times where you, unfortunately, misjudge things and you're stuck outside a little bit longer than you technically should have been, and you become seriously fatigued, and you're basically stuck at trying to rest outside with no ability to protect yourself at all. That is something that really, really sucks, because almost every single time you do it, you will get mauled by a wolf or, freaking husky or whatever the hell they are. I'm assuming they're wolves. That's pretty much what they look like. But, give us the ability to set up, like little traps or, something to protect ourselves if we're stuck outside. Something that if you go through any normal survival handbook will actually lay out for you. Now, granted, there is a lot of different things that, I'm thinking of, and my mind is going 900 miles an hour, because I've technically, I've done all of this in real life. I went through SEER training with the military, and I know some of the things that can and cannot be done, some of the things that should or shouldn't be done, and so on and so forth. Another one, give the ability to layer clothing. It seems simple, but it's, something that should be there. Give you the ability to wear, a windbreaker over top of a wool coat or something like that, or vice versa. Give us the ability to layer the clothing and also have that impact us adversely. Anybody that actually has, trained in an outdoor environment or has had survival training or something along that line knows that the more layers you put on is good until you start becoming active, and then you start sweating, and then if you do not take some of those layers off, it actually hurts you more, and you have to worry about hypothermia and things of that nature. Give us something like that. Granted, yes, it's going to involve some scripting and it's going to involve changing a few things, but hey, keep it in mind. That's something that most people stuck in an environment that is seriously harsh and pushing the boundaries of what they're used to, that is something that they would do. They would take and say, oh, I'm still cold, I'm going to put this on top of this and on top of this, and then, try and get warmer that way, and you got to realize that'll backfire. That'll actually help add a little bit of a dimension to this game that makes it even better for me. It's kind of more realistic, but at the same time, you still have that gamey, the game emphasis where it's like, well, it's not supposed to be completely real, it's supposed to be entertaining. Hey, I got that, I'm happy. Also, give us the ability to break shit down. For instance, there was a couple pieces of wood stacked up alongside the side of this building. There's chairs inside the building. There's, tables and workbenches. There's signs. Give us the ability to break this stuff down for wood, not just scavenge for wood, because in reality, if I come across an abandoned cabin, I am going to use everything that is not nailed down to the floor that's wood to burn to keep my ass warm. Again, small stuff like that. It could be even a door, an internal door on the second floor or something. That thing is going to become frickin' shish kebab material real quick. I mean, it is what it is. All in all, as far as the game goes, I definitely have to say it's promising. I'm looking forward to a beta release. I'm looking forward to that final release. Especially because if you go through their website and they're saying how there's actually a storytelling, it's not just a sandbox where you could go around and free roam the entire thing. I kind of want I hope they do it like this, but I kind of want a mix of the two, kind of like State of Decay was. Or Grand Theft Auto for that matter. You essentially have the ability to free roam all the time. However, at the same time, you have the ability to pick up storylines along the way. That is something that appeals to me because you're not stuck in this linear story mode where there's no way you can do anything else until something's done. That shit is the most annoying thing that I deal with on a regular basis playing video games. That's one of the reasons why I sincerely dislike, the Battlefields and the Call of Duties and stuff where there's no ability to kind of work at your own pace and distance, so to say. So I'm looking forward to the story mode. I'm looking forward to, what is possible and what they're going to throw into the mix and how much more it's going to bring into the game. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this is the small little things that I'm happy to see, and I'm very glad to see on Steam, something that's, on Kickstarter, it's been greenlit, and they're going at it. It may be a little bit of a niche market, but at the same time, the people that like survival, the people that like an open world environment where you could just go do your thing and see how long you can last, people like that will eat it up all day, every day. And, something as simple as surviving outdoors in the winter may sound, how would I put that? May sound really, really mundane, but at the same time, I sat here and played it for like 6 hours straight. Not getting up, not doing anything else, not worrying about anything else. I just continued to play it and play it and play it and play it. And part of which is because I died, fairly quick on the first time I played it. I think I only survived like 10 hours or something crazy like that because I got bit by a wolf and I couldn't defend myself, and I got stuck out in the middle of BFE and so on and so forth, and I actually, I apparently froze to death and also dealt with failing to protect myself and, close my wounds and so on and so forth, whatever. But essentially, I played the crap out of it. And if it's a crappy game I don't like, I don't do that. I will try to play it, and I'll continuously take breaks in between, but if it's not really appealing, it's not blowing my skirt up, well then at the same time, it's not going to be something that I'm going to want to sit there and play continuously, non-stop, and then keep going back for more. This has managed to catch on to it. And I absolutely love this sheer fact that they didn't infect this game with zombies or cannibals or anything like that, because this is more realistic. This is something, one of those ideas that it's so simple but yet so hard, and it makes you think outside the box, but it also makes you turn around and kind of worry about yourself. But that's it for me. This is Ghost Gamer. I'm out of here. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, feel free to drop them in the comment box below. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out all the other videos. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you later.